Good evening. We call to order the regular meeting of the West Valley City Council for tonight, first of our new year, and first with a new council member, Jake Fitzimano. We're glad to have you with us. Welcome you here. We've had our study meeting earlier, so he's getting a little bit accustomed. With that then, we note that all council members are present tonight, and we will begin with an opening ceremony. Return to Councilman Don Christian.
Thank you, Mayor. One of the things about the United States of America politics is that it is changeable and changes. And earlier today, we witnessed, those of us that were here, and for those of you watching on Channel 17 and other areas, we witnessed the transition of political power in West Valley City as our newly elected officials were sworn in. In January of 2010, I took the oath of office as city council member for the first time. At that time, 7 years ago, the council was composed of Corey Rushton, Mike Winder, Carolyn Burt, Steve Bueller, who was also sworn in that night for the first time, Russ Brooks, and Steve Vincent. You'll notice that except for Steve Bueller and myself, all the rest of the members have changed over the years. This is the result of a peaceful transition of power through the voters. And that's what makes the American system of government different from any other government in the world. That peaceful transition and the way that we can do that without rancor. Tonight, we will recite the Pledge of Allegiance. Most of us have grown up with the Pledge of Allegiance. But do you know when it was adopted by Congress? It was adopted by Congress on December 28, 1945. So as we remember that, and remember our living under that pledge, would you please rise and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance to our flag.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you.
Thank you. I believe, let's see, I only see one possible scout here tonight. Maybe a scout or not. Yep. We welcome you, and typically we have the young man come up and state his troop number and why he's here and the school he's attending. No personal information. If he feels comfortable doing that, we'd invite him to come up here at the microphone. Great. Thank you for coming tonight. Your troop number, your school that you attend, and why you're here tonight, what you're working on.
Okay. I am a scout in Troop 329. I go to Neil Armstrong Academy, and I'm here tonight to work on my communications merit badge.
Very good. Thank you very much for coming tonight.
Welcome.
Hopefully this will translate into, a new city council member or something, like 30 years from now. I think that's all. We certainly had a lot of other elected officials here earlier, but they all left. And our minutes of December 19th, we need to get those approved. So,
Move for approval of the minutes of December 19th, 2017.
second. Property force, any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor of approving the minutes, please say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed say no. It passes unanimously. The minutes are approved. Next, we have a couple of items we take care of. We have our Employee of the Month Award. It's my opportunity to read that publicly for Kevin Conde at the Utah Cultural Celebrations Center. And this is what was written about him, and I'll just read what was written for a starter. Kevin Conde is a fantastic example of a West Valley City employee going above and beyond each and every day to make West Valley City shine. He's the type of employee who is always there, willing to step up and lend a hand. And I stopped right there because I didn't have him stand up. I guess I should do that, huh? So, yeah, there we go. Who's going to take your picture?
Photo talk 2.
A selfie. Okay. Whether it's spending early mornings or late nights taking photos, contacting city residents and businesses, he seems to know everyone, or providing resources for projects. Kevin not only helps out, but always volunteers to do more, work harder, and get involved wherever he can get the job done. Recently, the West Valley City Fire Department and Public Relations Office worked together to write, film, and produce a CPR training video. Throughout the process, the production team identified the people, props, and resources that would be needed to create an entertaining and informative video. When determining a residential location to shoot the video, the team was left scratching their heads. Who would be willing to let us use their home to film a video? Kevin Conde stepped up to the plate, offering full access to both his homes. We're not sure Kevin knew what he was getting into. Filming day arrived and nearly 50 people descended on the Conde home. Actors, photographers, and extras. Even the Utah Jazz Bear showed up on a cold Saturday morning and took over. Kevin and his wife Margene graciously opened their home to everyone and allowed us to film anywhere we needed to. Soon their home was filled with props, lights, wiring, and dozens of strangers. Their driveways were filled with cars, trucks, and film equipment. When they had to leave home for a prior engagement, they even invited us to stay, allowing us to finish filming within our schedule. I can't think of anyone as generous as Kevin. He is a tireless advocate for the city and a self-proclaimed West Valley City cheerleader, and is willing to do whatever it takes to make sure West Valley City is represented well, even if it means letting dozens of strangers take over his home for a day. And truly, having worked with Kevin and seen the great work that he's done, certainly I appreciate what he does for our city, and he truly is a cheerleader for West Valley City, an advocate for us. And I wish there were more like you throughout our city. Thank you.
I'm going to finish the circle here. Thank you, John. Thank you, number 1.
We can take about 47 pictures, Kevin.
Yeah. You don't have the one that sequence. Oh, Jake's going to do it. Oh, good work. How many? I've only got 1 card in there.
I think I filled it up. Let these guys finish, and any of you want to take an extra picture, you can.
Thanks, Paul. No. It's
Wait. All right.
all right. Just put it back the way you found it.
One more.
I think I'm good. Thank you.
Hold on.
Oh, okay.
And call you.
No, we don't do those.
For those scouts that are here and don't realize what was going on, Kevin is our city photographer. So he's usually the one that's moving the podium, and getting it out of the way and telling us where to stand and everything else. We got to do that to him tonight.
Yes, you did.
Okay.
I was supportive.
Who's here
Yes.
supporting you tonight?
Who's,
Yeah.
oh,
Why don't you introduce
this
people?
is, okay, Aaron Krim. He is the nominator and a good friend and worked with him for years. Anna Cutler, she is our executive assistant at the Cultural Center. You're Susan Clinker. Susan Clinker and Jeff Olson, number 2 in charge of the building, and my sweetheart, Miss Margine, who I love to pieces. Thanks for being here.
Okay. Next, we turn to Councilman Bueller for the Division of the Quarter Award.
Thank you, Mayor. This nomination was written and submitted by Nicole Cottle. The Division of the Quarter is Planning and Zoning, and I think they're, if not all here, mostly here. You want to stand up so you can be properly recognized? While I read this nomination.
Not all. They all look like they're.
See, he's telling jokes again. I think they are all, those that are present are all here. The Planning and Zoning Division consistently demonstrates an attitude of total customer service. This is an extremely busy division that has remained lean and mean over the years. Each member of this division is called upon daily to not only conduct the requirements of their job, but also to respond to many other assignments as determined, which often include projects that fall well outside their standard daily requirements. For instance, it is not unusual for someone from another department to request assistance with mapping, census data, or property information. These types of requests come in multiple times per day and are always met with an enthusiastic, "Yes, I can help you with that." The skills utilized by the Planning and Zoning Department routinely help other employees across the city be more efficient and effective at their daily duties. This division is also on the cutting edge of planning practices and technology and is always held out as the division to model by other cities across the region. Our planners are well known as the experts in their field. The Planning and Zoning Division also has a great deal of contact with citizens and businesses throughout the community. They are often the only city employee or citizen a business will ever have contact with, which makes the interaction so important. Each member of the P&Z team honestly care about the city, its residents and businesses, and this care shows in their interactions. Many times per day, they are met with people who are confused, frustrated, upset, or anxious to proceed with their projects. Sometimes those folks are difficult to deal with. Each member of the P&Z team is skilled at these interactions and strives to ensure that the interactions are positive. It is for this reason that I nominate Planning and Zoning Division for Division of the Quarter. It has long been the strategic goal of the Planning and Zoning Division to ensure a high level of customer service. Their significant interaction with residents and businesses makes them a very high-profile division and makes it essential that they exemplify the highest customer service standards. To a person, the members of the P&Z division exemplify this excellence. They are highly skilled at assessing folks who are often frustrated, confused, anxious, or just plain mad. They have a well-developed ability to calm frayed nerves, provide assistance in extremely stressful situations, and to leave every situation better than they found it. Providing this service day after day could be stressful for some, but not for the super team that makes up P&Z. They never lose their patience, never falter, and continually provide the highest level of care. For this reason, they exemplify total customer service.
There we go. Thank you.
I'm not getting back at you guys. And one of those fancy real quick. For Aaron, so he's got something to play with there. Nicole, you want to jump in for her?
All your these days are great.
Okay,
Just great.
okay.
Council, I did notice what appeared to be another group of scouts, or a couple of scouts come in, or at least one. At least someone back there seems to be wearing a scout shirt. We'd ask you to just come up to the microphone and tell us your troop number, your school, and what you're working on. Just right up here. To hopefully remember these troop numbers.
We are Troop 546. Our school is Carl Sandberg, and we live in the Hunter area, West Valley City.
And what are you working on tonight?
I'm working on my citizen to the community.
Very good. Well, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Appreciate your coming tonight. With that then, next we have our public comment period. And we have a couple of people signed up. So Kelly Bertos, come on up.
Good evening, Councilmember, Mayor, rest of, hard-working folks in the back. Board tonight is not really a complaint. It's a question. And this involves with Public Works, I guess, with trash. I own 3 parcels of property on my lot, and I pay 3 different pieces of taxes. It's kind of goofy that way, but I have 2 trash cans. But most of the time, Zina Circle is so packed, I have to take them out to my back one on 6,000, which really doesn't have an address technically. So I guess I need to find out what I need to do to get an address for that, because the trash guy refuses sometimes to take our trash. I just want to know if there is a limit of how much trash you can put out. I mean, I've got the cans, but it doesn't really matter where I put them. It makes no sense. You know, I try to keep the traffic flowing on our circle, because it is, like I've talked to in the past, so heavily crowded with traffic. And I'm at the very end of the circle, and hopefully, I know you've discussed in your meetings, but whether you've talked about the street parking, at any given time on evenings, I've said it numerous times, a fire truck could not come down our street without having to push cars out of its way. Now, if one come down the street on a Wednesday night, Thursday morning, they would have to move stacks of trash cans, because they make us put them right down the center, down the middle of the road. So it limits the traffic. Again, that's kind of a dangerous situation if somebody needs to get emergency care quick. So hopefully, I don't know if I can get somebody to tell me who I need to talk to about this on the trash. Public Works, excellent. I got the man. So I appreciate what you guys are doing. Jake, welcome to the group. I'm just looking forward to another wonderful year. I got involved a little over a year ago by something that involved me personally, and it's a shame that the public don't step up to the plate and be involved with this. We had a meeting just for Jake, out of 500 pamphlets, 25 members showed up, or less. That's a shame that our public does not get involved. I know a lot about the way the government works. I worked in it for many years, and I disagreed with some of this stuff, and I agreed with some of it. But I've until it involved me personally, I never cared about what happened here. But it is my city, whether I liked it or not. And I got involved once with it and kind of got burned, but now I'm back for this next lifetime of it. My name goes back a long time in this city in Hunter. A very long time. The Bertosh family was the first Italian families across the plains. And they settled the west area. So when I hear names like Condi, I know it. It's an old school name. And I just wish more people would get involved. It doesn't need somebody to rattle their own teeth just to say, hey, get involved. I wish people would listen to this on TV and on YouTube would step up and be part of this city's functions. If you've got a complaint, voice it. If not, as I was told by a gentleman when you first become a city, I griped about it. And he said, did you vote? And I said, no. He said, then shut your dang mouth. Then you had a re-election. I registered and I vote for everything now. He taught me that lesson. If you don't voice your opinion or get involved, keep your mouth shut. Takes a lot of what you guys do. I appreciate it. Even though sometimes we've not agreed, I appreciate it. Nicole, thanks for the feedback you give me tonight. Even though I missed your meeting at first, I didn't know what time it started, but I appreciate that you guys have taken the time, not only for mine, but the gentleman behind. So thank you for what you do. Again, thank you back there for what you do. Like I said last time, I wish we could put more money into the fire and police officers. That's our two safest things that keep us safety. And I'm pro-safety, I'm pro-fire, and I wish that we could support them better. They're the only group in here that can go from 0 to 5 or 100 in a second's notice from a dead sleep. When we sleep through things, these guys run into things. So thank you for what you do. I appreciate you. Have a great new year. Thank you.
Thank you. Next we have Michael Olson.
I don't have anything, thank you.
Oh, okay, you were just signing up to say you were here.
Pretty much, thank you.
All right. With that then, that completes any other public comments? Seeing no other, we'll bring it back here. Mr. Pyle, do you have any comments?
No, sir, I'm good, thank you.
Council, any comments? Next, we go to public hearings then. Item 8 on our agenda. And this is public input regarding the reopening of the fiscal year 2017 to 2018 budget. And this is just some changes which we do, I think we do it 4 times a year. And so these are some changes that are carryovers. They are different items of grants and changes that we need to make to our budget during the year. With that introduction then, we will open the public input portion. Is there anyone here to speak to the budget? It looks like another quiet evening. Okay. Seeing no one here to speak on that, we'll close the public input portion. We'll come back to the council to consider ordinance 17-40 to amend our budget.
Mayor, I move for approval of ordinance 17-40.
Second.
Properly before us, any further discussion? For the benefit of our scouts, we did talk about these at our last council meeting, so this is the second time we've heard them, so we usually don't have as many questions in this meeting. We do it in our study meeting. With that, we'll turn to our city recorder for the official vote.
Councilman Nordfeld,
Yes.
Councilman Christensen,
Yes.
Councilman Hume,
Aye.
Councilman Bueller,
Aye.
Councilwoman Link, and Councilman Fitzie Simonu,
Yes.
Mayor Bigelow.
Aye.
Motion passes unanimously.
Okay, thank you. Next, we go to item 9 on our agenda. We'll begin with resolution 17-188. This is to execute an agreement between the city and the Community Education Partnership of West Valley, or CEP, for after-school and out-of-school programs for children. The council has supported this for a number of years, and this will continue that program. And, sorry, Councilman Bueller, was it 40,000? What was the total on this?
It's $35,000 a year for 5 years.
Yes, 35,000 yearly, and this agreement goes for 5 years, so thank you. Councilman Bueller is kind of the council member shepherding that and working with it and most knowledgeable on it, I'm assuming, so. With that then, with that introduction to the council.
Mayor, I move for approval of Resolution 17-188.
Second.
Properly before us, any further discussion? We've been doing this particular program for quite a while, long before I came, but
Before I came on,
Yeah.
maybe 15 years or so, and our contribution is to help with administrative costs. The budget of the CEP has been as high as several $100,000 a year, all of that going to education and after-school programs within West Valley City itself.
very good. Thank you. Then with that, to our city recorder for the vote.
Councilman Fitzie Umanu.
Aye.
Councilwoman Lang.
Yes.
Councilman Bueller.
Aye.
Councilman Hune.
Aye.
Councilman Christensen.
Yes.
Councilman Nordfeld.
Yes?
Mayor Bigelow.
Aye.
Motion passes unanimously.
Thank you very much. Next, we have Resolution 17-189. This is accepting a hiring program grant called COPS through the Department of Justice. Community-oriented policing, I believe, is the term for it. $250,000, and will be used to hire 2 new officers. And then this is over a 3-year period. The $250,000 will last for that time. The city matches that with $158,375, and so this is an opportunity for us to add some additional public safety officers on the street through a federal grant. With that introduction then to the council.
Move for approval of Resolution 17-189.
Second.
Properly before us, any further comments? Seeing none, to our city recorder for the vote.
Councilman Nordfeld.
Yes.
Councilman Christensen.
Yes.
Councilman Hune.
Aye.
Councilman Bueller.
Aye.
Councilwoman Lang.
Yes.
Councilman Fitzie Umanu.
Aye.
Mayor Bigelow.
Aye.
Motion passes unanimously.
Thank you. Next, we go to Resolution 17-190, and this is to purchase what is called a Vector 2100 Plus vacuum truck from Legacy Equipment. The cost is, the fiscal impact total is $183,943. We are trading in 2 of our old vacuum trucks, which reduced the actual original cost by $215,000. So it's only costing us just a little under $184,000. This is used to go around and vacuum out the storm drains, clean those out, as we have responsibilities there, which are catch basins, clean out boxes, pump stations, pipes, and ditches. And through more efficient management of our personnel and inspection, they were able to reduce 2 trucks down to 1. So very definite plus for the city there. With that then, introduction, we'll turn to the council.
I would move for approval of Resolution 17-190.
Second.
Properly before us. Any further comments? Seeing none, to our city recorder for the vote.
Councilman Fitzie Umanu.
Aye.
Councilwoman Lang.
Yes.
Councilman Bueller.
Aye.
Councilman Hune.
Aye.
Councilman Christensen.
Yes.
Councilman Nordfeld.
Yes.
And Mayor Bigelow.
Aye.
Motion passes unanimously.
Okay. Next, we go to Resolution 17-191. This is an agreement between our city and the state of Utah, their division of forestry, fire, and state lands to mitigate potential erosion hazards on the banks of the Jordan River. And so, let's see, there was some work done on the banks of the river, vegetation loss that was tied to the removal of some homeless encampments. Some may think that might not be great, but it's a major health hazard for where those camps are. Very significant, very dangerous to anyone who might stumble through that, and enter that area. So those get cleaned out, and in doing so, it takes heavy equipment to clean that out and scrape it right down, sometimes even including some of the soil. And so this will help to restore that, install erosion protection native plants, and it's a good thing because there are a lot of invasive species that they wanted removed anyway, so there are a lot of pluses in that. And this will allow us to continue installing riparian trees and shrubs, and then doing the watering and weeding for the next 3 to 5 years. That is the issue before us to the council.
May I move for approval of Resolution 17-191?
Second. Properly before us, any comments? Seeing none, to our city recorder for the vote.
Councilman Nordfeld?
Yes.
Councilman Christensen?
Yes.
Councilman Hune?
Aye.
Councilman Bueller?
Aye.
Councilwoman Lang?
Yes.
Councilman Fatiz Simonu?
Aye.
And Mayor Bigelow.
Aye.
Motion passes unanimously.
Okay, next we go to item 10 on our agenda, new business. This is an application come in, we refer to as PUD-1 2016 by Mike Olson, requesting final plat approval for the Views Townhomes. This would be located at approximately 5800 West, 6200 South, or best way to identify that is just west of the Walmart. And so a development will go in there. This is coming before us for review and approval. And let's see, anything else there? Let's see, 159 townhomes on 18 acres. Approximately 8.8 units per acre. And they'll have access on 6200 South, but there is a stub street that eventually will probably tie in later. Nice complex going in there. With that introduction then to the council.
Move for approval of application PUD 1-2016.
Second.
Okay, properly before us. Any comments? Seeing none, to our city recorder for the vote.
Councilman Fatiz Simonu?
Aye.
Councilwoman Lang?
Yes.
Councilman Bueller?
Aye.
Councilman Hune?
Aye.
Councilman Christensen?
Yes.
Councilman Nordfeld?
Yes.
And Mayor Bigelow.
Aye.
Motion passes unanimously.
Thank you. Next we go to second item on our new business, electing a mayor pro tem. The mayor generally conducts the council meetings, but there are times when I can't be here. There are also other activities where they invite the mayor, and when we can, we have the mayor pro tem then perform that function, represent the city, although actually any council member can represent us and do that well. But we officially have a mayor pro tem that's referred to assist in that process. With that, we will now take nominations. Let's see, I believe that there's no second required. Person can nominate themselves. Anything else? I think that's it. With that, to the council.
I personally want to elect Steve Bueller for elect mayor pro term. Accepted?
Fine.
nominees need to be present and should speak to by accepting or declining the position.
Should we receive other nominations first, though? Or,
Do we do them all at one time? I don't know that that matters. If you would prefer to do that that way, that's fine. Any other nominations?
I would like to nominate Don Christensen. I should say Councilman Christensen.
Okay. There's two. Any more?
I think we can go with seniority. Don came in late.
Well, I just know that Don fills in for the mayor a lot, so that is my reasoning.
Okay.
Yeah.
With that then, we'll just go in the order they were nominated. We'll turn first to Councilman Bueller.
I do recognize that Don does a lot of work on the council. He probably spends as many hours as any of us, excluding perhaps the mayor himself. And Don will certainly do a good job, as would anybody on the council. I would like to serve as mayor pro tem for this term. As stated by Tom, I do have a little seniority over Don. He took a sabbatical for a couple of years. And I certainly believe I'm capable of conducting the meetings, filling in as necessary, and have wanted to maybe step out a little bit more. Certainly I have some experience doing that. Was willing to step forward when we had the homeless shelter problem, and was willing to step forward and speak publicly and take some heat for that. And you know, as much as I didn't necessarily enjoy that, I felt that it was important enough to do, and I would like to serve as the second or as the mayor pro tem if elected.
Okay. Finished, then we'll turn to Councilman Christensen.
I accept the nomination and would be willing to serve in the position. I've been on the council and involved with the city for, I think I added it up the other night, it's been 20 years, so I think I know what needs to be done and would be willing to serve. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other comments? Councilman
Yes,
Young?
thank you, Mayor. Maybe it's just like rock and Caesar.
Well, we do have another process, so
Can I ask a newbie question?
certainly
What is the term for the mayor pro tem?
2 years. Oh,
Yeah.
it runs,
Yes, the reason we had the last mayor pro tem for 2 years was because Corey was the mayor pro tem and left the council, so we needed to elect a replacement, but it runs with the mayor.
okay. So it wasn't even a newbie question, it was a question from me too, so.
So this one would be for 4 years.
However long the mayor serves,
Right.
without being reelected.
Okay. Any further comments? Looks like there are none. Then we turn to our city recorder for a vote. I assume this one is where we're required to do that as well. Roll call vote. Is that right?
So we have to.
Yeah, but we just want to specify that we're doing the roll call vote for Councilmember Bueller first and then Councilmember Christensen?
No, I assumed, oh, wait a minute. I assumed this was like a regular election that you, oh yeah, how would you do that? It's not a yes or no question, it's,
each declare which candidate.
I would assume that it would be, instead of answering yes or no, you would answer by the last name of the person. Unless you want to do it differently. I don't remember much about this, so.
We can do it that way.
I think that should be fine. Name names and then see who wins.
Yeah.
We usually get to vote for people in private, but not here.
You're kind of putting each other on the spot.
Okay, yeah, we rarely do. I can't think of hardly any votes we ever take in private, but, okay, to our city recorder.
Councilman Fitzsimonu,
Councilman Bueller.
Councilwoman Lang,
Councilman Christensen.
Councilman Bueller,
Steve Bueller.
Councilman Hume,
Steve Bueller.
Mayor Bigelow,
Bueller.
Councilmember Christensen,
I'll make it unanimous. Bueller.
Councilmember Norfeld,
Steve Bueller.
Councilmember Bueller.
Thank you, Don. Your vote was valued most of all.
Okay. So we now have a mayor pro tem officially for a term of 4 years. Okay. Next on our agenda is our consent agenda. We have 3 items on there. Resolution 17-192, 17-193, and 17-194. We put these on consent because they're fairly routine items. We do them repeatedly. These are grants of temporary construction easements on pieces of property where the city needs to have access to, and let's see, now, I didn't look at these, but I think storm drain.
No, this is over by the new fire station.
Oh, yes.
72.
Around the fire station, that's right. We did storm drains for so long, I forgot there was anything else we did besides that on the consent agenda. So around the fire station, we're going to build a wall, and that wall necessitates that we be able to go onto someone's property to be able to construct it. And we get the owner's permission. These are the first 3, and we will have now a series of those over the next period of time until we get that wall built. Just take some time to work with the neighbors and get that permission. With that introduction then, unless the council wants to, we normally take these as a group, but we'll see what the motion is.
Mayor, move for approval of the 3 items on the consent agenda.
Second.
Properly before us, any further discussion or comments? Seeing none, to our city recorder for the vote.
Yes.
Councilman Christensen,
Yes.
Councilman Hune,
Aye.
Councilman Bueller,
Aye.
Councilwoman Lang,
Yes.
Councilman Fiti Samanu,
Aye.
and Mayor Bigelow.
Aye.
Motion passes unanimously.
Okay. I believe that that completes our regular council meeting agenda. So you're aware there will be 3 short meetings right after this. So we'll just go on with those. You're welcome to stay. But with that, then, a motion to adjourn our regular city council meeting.
Motion to adjourn.
All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Passes unanimously. The regular city council meeting is adjourned.
We call the order to order the Western City Redevelopment Agency tonight. Opening ceremony by Don Christensen earlier, and roll call is every council member is here tonight. And welcome to a new council member is the Jake VTC Manu. We have a set of minutes tonight, 3 sets actually, October 3rd, October 10th, and December 5th, 2017. So I need a motion in a second.
Mr. Chair, I move for approval of the 3 sets of minutes.
Second.
Thank you. So I have a motion, we have a second. So all in favor in this motion, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposing, no. So unanimously, this motion passes. The hearing tonight, we have the item earlier, Mayor Ron Bigelow mentioned as the fiscal year 2017 and 18 the budgets. So we're going to go to open that to public for comment tonight. So that's going to be your time. Is there any concern, any question or anything you want to come up here and speak at the podium?
For this year's budget,
Fiscal year 2017 and 18 budgets.
thank you for the opportunity to speak on this. Again, this is a very important to be able to spend us, the taxpayers' money. Please do it wisely. Like I say, I am so much for fire, PD, the public safety. I worked in that area of spending money for many, many years, and I've seen a lot of waste over many years. From what I've seen here, we've implemented getting rid of 2 trucks and taking on 1. Great choices, great choices. Get rid of the problem stuff, keep the good stuff and continue on. We've got something good going. Thank you for what you guys are putting into it. I appreciate it as a citizen. So thanks for the opportunity to be able to speak.
Well, thank you so much. Anybody else? If not, I will turn it over to the council for comment, action, or motion. Yeah, I'm going to close the public hearing and turn over to the council.
Mr. Chair, I'll move for approval of Resolution 17-14, amending the budget.
Thank you. I have a motion.
Second.
Second. And I will turn over to the city recorder.
Mr. P.T. Simonu?
Aye.
Ms. Lang?
Yes.
Mr. Bueller?
Aye.
Mr. Bigelow?
Aye.
Mr. Nordfeld?
Yes.
Mr. Christensen?
Yes.
And Chairman Hune.
Aye.
Motion passes unanimously.
So thank you. And item number 7, in new business, we have elected person, chairperson for 2018.
I would like to nominate Lars Norfelt as chair and vice chair Jake. I'm not going to try this yet. Easy to monitor.
Second the nomination.
So we're going to send over to you for roll call, or I make this? Okay, so I can do that.
All in favor?
Okay. All in favor for this motion, please say aye.
Aye.
Okay. Any opposed? None. Okay. This motion is passed unanimously. And one last motion is,
Motion to adjourn?
okay, thank you. And all please say aye.
Aye.
We adjourn.
Call to order the meeting of the West Valley City Housing Authority. It's our annual meeting. We've had an opening ceremony and a roll call. As vice chair, I'm conducting the meeting tonight because our last year's chairman was not reelected. We do have minutes, October 3rd, 2017.
Move for approval of those minutes?
Second.
All in favor of the minutes of October 3rd, please say aye.
Aye.
And any report from the executive officer?
No, sir, thank you.
You're on the agenda though, so I just wanted to make sure.
Appreciate it.
Okay. New business, we elect our chairperson for 2018 and vice chair for 2018.
Mr. Chair, I nominate Don Christensen to serve as chair, with Karen Lang serving as vice chair for 2018.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Any other nominations? All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Very good. We have one more item on this agenda.
Motion to adjourn?
All in favor?
Aye.
I now call to order the Building Authority annual meeting. Note that we've had an opening ceremony and a roll call. We have the minutes from October 3rd, 2017.
Move for approval of the minutes of October 3rd.
A second.
Second.
And all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
We now have the new business, election of a chair and vice chair.
I'd like to nominate Steve Bueller as the chair and Tom Hune as the vice chair.
Thank you. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Thank you. Any opposed? Okay, our next is to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn, Madam Chair.
All in favor, please say aye.
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 Thank you. We are adjourned.